Welcome student once again in the session of Science and Technology Part 2. We are talking about the life processes in living organism Part 2. In last lecture we are talking about the reproduction in case of plants, and today we will deal with the human male reproductive system. The human male reproductive system consists of the testis, scrotum, epididymis, vas deferens, or it is called as a sperm duct, then seminal vesicles, prostate gland and penis. So one by one we will discuss about these parts of male reproductive system. Testis, which is a most important part in this reproductive system, this is an oval shaped organ and which lie outside the abdominal cavity of man. These testes are the primary reproductive organ, and the function of testes is to make the male sex cell, or we can say it as a male gamete, which we called as a sperm, and also to make the male sex hormone called as a testosterone. The testes of man lie in small muscular pouch called scrotum outside the abdominal cavity. If you observe this side view of the male reproductive system, this is the abdominal cavity, and outside the abdominal cavity here there is a muscular pouch like structure which we called as a scrotum, and inside the scrotum this testis is situated. The testes are outside the abdominal cavity, or the abdominal cavity of the body, because the sperm formation requires a lower temperature than the normal body temperature. Okay, means for the formation of the sperm it will require less temperature than our body. Being outside the abdominal cavity, the temperature of scrotum is about 3 degrees Celsius lower than the temperature inside the body. In this way, the testes provide an optimal temperature, which we can say the most suitable temperature for the formation of sperm. Now, these sperms once formed in the testes, it will come out and go into a coiled tube. This is a coiled tube which we called as epididymis. And these sperms, they get stored temporarily in this epididymis. From this epididymis, the sperms are carried out by a long tube. This is a long tube which we called as a vas deferens, or you can say it as a sperm duct. Okay, so this is a vas deferens, or you can say it as a sperm duct, which joins the another tube called as urethra coming from the bladder. See, this is the urinary bladder and this is a urethra which is coming from the bladder. And here this is the point where this sperm duct and urethra joins. Okay. Along the path of vas deferens, the gland called seminal vesicle and prostate gland add their secretion to the sperm, so that the sperms are now in a liquid. This liquid along with the sperm is called semen. Okay, so when you observe in this figure, this is a seminal vesicle and prostate glands, and these two glands, it will add their secretion along with the sperm, and now the mixture means the liquids or the secretions secreted by these two glands, seminal vesicle and prostate glands, along with the sperm, it is called as a semen. The secretion of seminal vesicle and prostate gland provide nutrition to the sperms and also make their further transport easier. So because of the nutrition which is provided by these glands, and the liquid part make the transportation of sperm, it will more easier. Urethra forms a common passage for sperm and urine. As you had observed in the figure that there is a common duct, and in that the common duct which is formed by urethra. Urethra is coming from the urinary bladder. So it will also, you can say it is a common passage for urine as well as the sperm. The urethra carries the sperm to an organ called penis, which opens outside the body. The penis passes the sperm from the man's body in the vagina of woman's body during mating for the purpose of reproduction. So, after traveling such a long distance, this sperm, it will come at penis, and it is the organ by which the male reproductive system release the sperms in the vagina of woman's body during the mating for the purpose of reproduction. So we will sum up the transportation of this sperm. The once sperms are sent forward through the various tubules. The sequence of these tubules is as rete testis, vas efferens, then epididymis, vas deferens, then ejaculatory duct, and the urinogenital duct. You can say the urinogenital duct means the penis. As the sperms are pushed forward from one duct to next, they become mature and able to fertilize the ovum. Means once it come towards the epididymis to sperm duct to the ejaculatory duct, and from ejaculatory duct to urinary genital. One by one, once it come forward, it will become more and more mature, and it can able to fertilize the ovum. Throughout this system, one thing you should keep in your mind that all the organs of male reproductive system are paired except urinogenital duct, prostate gland, penis, and scrotum. Okay. There are a few facts with respect to the sperm, that the epididymis, the length of this epididymis is about the 6 meter. In contrast, the length of the sperm is about the 60 micrometers. So this sperm, it has to travel such a long distance. Such a small sperm has to cross the distance of approximately 6.5 meters while passing out of male reproductive system. Okay. So sperm needs large amount of energy for this transportation purpose. And for this purpose, the fructose is present in the semen. Now this sperm, it can harvest or generate the energy from the fructose, and that energy is utilized for the transportation purpose. So this is all about the male reproductive system, and in the next lecture we will talk about the female reproductive system in case of human being.